Now, this may be one of the weirdest videos that you may have ever came across. And I don't mean weird as far as strange, like aliens popping out of space or like aliens on Miami Beach. We seeing some weird stuff going on. I mean weird like reality, real life. What's going on between you, the people around you, your coworkers, your family, your friends, and your goals at the end of the day. And I say all that to say, being weird, you have to embrace it when you decide to live a fit lifestyle or when you decide to live a healthier lifestyle. Because it's times where you know that you're on a cut or a diet or you want to lose weight fast and you have specific goals that you need to attend to. And we make it a lot harder than what it is to actually lose the fat when it's very simple. You eat less and you move more. And you eat in a caloric deficit. That's it. But when it all comes down to it, if you eat less and move more, the weight is going to come off. And the more you do it, the more the weight comes off, surprisingly. Now, let's take it back to reality. We have different functions, corporate functions, family events, birthday parties, holidays. We're in January now. We celebrated New Year's Eve. Well, before even New Year's Eve, we celebrated Christmas Eve, then Christmas Day, and then the next week we celebrated New Year's Eve, and we celebrated on New Year's Day. And if you live in one of those fitness lifestyles where you're severely overweight or you're severely obese, or let's just face it, you just fat, and you decided to stray off your diet all 4 days, you're not 100% dedicated to your goals. And if you already know what to do, which is eat less and move more, and you're eating more and probably move less since you backtracked on all of those days, then how important are your goals to you? It may seem weird to say, if you go to a family function and it's not your cheat day or it's not the day where you're just eating a little bit more, because maybe your family function is on Sunday, and I'm speaking from real life. Maybe your family function is on Sunday, but you had a little overindulgence on your meals on Friday, right? Now, in order for you to make progress going into the next week, you know that Sunday you got to be on your diet. And you probably go to this function and you're the weird guy now. Because when people offer you food and you already ate your meals for the day, you're satiated, you're full, and you really don't feel like eating because now you're so in the zone. You've been consistent all this time and you've been on your diet. And you say no to the food, but you still want to spend time with your family and friends. You're looked at as weird regardless. It's almost like because you're not doing the things that everyone else is doing. When in fact, when you really get into this mind state of just being focused with and being intentional with eating your meals and actually dialing in your nutrition, when you say no to the food, you're an outsider now. You're not like everybody else. And instead of running from that and being scared of it and just being in your head and having anxiety of being criticized, the easy way to live that type of life is just to accept it. Just accept that you decided to make a different decision about your health, your life, and it is what it is at the end of the day. You want to look good and you want to feel better. And you want to make sure that you go into your older years feeling a lot better about yourself. And this one day of me stuffing my face with a lot of carbs and cakes and pastries is not worth the long-term gain, because on the opposite end, I do realize when you actually get to where you need to be, right? Now you have built up all this discipline and you've been able to actually be consistent with your word and be consistent with yourself as far as your eating habits. Now you got the confidence. And now when you actually go to a family event where there's plenty of food, or a work party where it's plenty of food, now you can go in and you can eat what you want, but you don't have to overstuff your face. Now you really got the discipline to operate a lot differently. And that's when you truly have control over who you are at the end of the day. Because I truly believe if you can control what you put in your mouth, that's the hardest thing ever. If you can control that, you can control everything else around you. And if you can control your appetite, basically the foods that you're eating, and you're intentional about it, then that says a lot about you. And you can take those habits and move it on to other things. Maybe you decided to start a business, or maybe you want to go to college, or maybe you just want to find a spouse, maybe you want to travel the world. Your mind is clear now, because now you've done one of the hardest things in the world. Because just look around. When you go to the grocery store, just look around. Nobody can control what they put in their mouth. So once you decide to be that type of person, you're just a different person. You're different. You're not like everybody else. You're a weirdo in a good way. Just embrace it. You know, this is America at the end of the day. We're trying to do different things. Personally, if you want to be great, you gotta be different. So if you can do that, man, if you can just embrace being a weirdo in your family functions, around your family, and at work, you know, just accepting who you are at the end of the day, I think it'll make this fitness lifestyle a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable. Hey, I know I was a little serious on this video, but sometimes I just gotta give it to you raw. Let's get it.